Okay, let's talk about something real. Workplace dysfunction in libraries. It's kind of the elephant in the stacks, isn't it? It's a tough conversation to have, for sure, but it's so important if we actually want our workplaces to live up to the amazing values of community and knowledge that we stand for every single day.
So our guide for this whole explainer is the book, The Dysfunctional Library. And it's fantastic because it doesn't just sit there and point out all the problems. No, it gives us a real, research-backed framework for how to actually start solving them.
But that kind of begs the question, right? Why is this so difficult to even bring up? Well, there's this real stigma around it. This feeling that admitting there are problems is somehow a personal failure. But here's the truth. You can't possibly fix a problem that you're not even willing to name. Just acknowledging it, that's the first and honestly, the bravest step you can take.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to shine a light on this unspoken problem. Then, we'll dig into where it comes from, the roots, and see what it actually looks like in practice. But we are not stopping there. We're going to pivot hard into the solutions and talk about the healthier, more effective library we can all build together.
So let's start right there, with the elephant in the room. You see, the silence around all this dysfunction is what gives it power. It's what lets it grow, and it creates this really jarring disconnect between the collaborative, wonderful ideals of librarianship and the day-to-day reality that a lot of people are facing at work.
And the book just nails it with this quote. Frankly, it's not something we like to talk about. This hesitation, it's not just about feeling awkward. It actively gets in the way of the library's mission. Realizing that this is a shared struggle is the key to finally overcoming it. Okay, so if we're going to solve this, we have to understand where it starts. What are the actual seeds of a toxic workplace in a library? Where does all this stuff begin?
The book really boils it down to three core issues. First up, poor communication. Think misinformation, a total lack of clarity. Second, you've got inadequate leadership, basically a vacuum where guidance and support should be. And third, a serious lack of employee engagement, which leaves people feeling disconnected and totally unvalued. You put those three together, that is the perfect storm for dysfunction.
So, those are the roots. But how does all that actually show up in our daily lives at work? What does dysfunction really look and feel like when you're in the thick of it?
At its absolute worst, this stuff can spiral into workplace bullying or even mobbing. And we're not just talking about a simple disagreement here. No. This is a sustained pattern of negative actions where a group might systematically target one person. It's designed to isolate and intimidate, and it just poisons the entire environment for everyone.
But it's not always so dramatic. Think about something that feels smaller, like that one coworker who gossips all the time and never seems to pull their own weight. It's so easy to just write that off as a minor annoyance, right? But the book argues this kind of behavior has a seriously corrosive effect. It just tanks team morale and drags down the productivity of the entire library.
And sometimes, the dysfunction is way more deliberate. I'm talking about workplace sabotage. Now that could be something huge like fraud, or it could be something as common as cyberloafing, spending hours on social media instead of helping patrons. These are conscious choices that directly hurt the library's ability to do its job for the community.
Okay, we have looked at the problem right in the eye. It's heavy stuff, but now we get to the hopeful part, the path forward. How do we get from a place of dysfunction to a place of real health and collaboration?
So the book lays out this really clear 4-step path to making a change, and it all starts with us. It kicks off with self-awareness, understanding our own triggers and reactions. From there, it moves into mastering conflict management, not to win fights, but to diffuse tension. Then it's all about radically improving communication, making it more open and honest. And finally, you put all that together to practice real collaboration and build teams that actually trust each other. And this isn't just for managers, it's a blueprint for every single person. This right here, this is the transformation we're aiming for. Look at the two sides. On the one hand, you have that toxic environment of favoritism, office politics, and just plain incivility. And on the other, a workplace built on merit, fairness, respect, and strong, supportive leadership. It is a journey from a culture that holds everyone back to one of genuine collaboration that pushes everyone forward. It's the difference between a job that drains you and a job that energizes you.
So what's the ultimate goal in all this? It's not just about creating a slightly nicer place to clock in and out of. It's about reconnecting with our purpose and building a library that can really, truly thrive.
Because a healthy library isn't just a happier one, it's a more innovative one, a more responsive one, and a more effective one. It's an organization that is so much better equipped to serve its community and live up to its highest ideals. And that is why this work isn't just important. It is absolutely essential.
So, we're going to leave you with this question, and it's a personal one. What is one small, tangible step you can take, maybe even today, to help build a healthier workplace for yourself and for your colleagues?